Hey guys, welcome back to the Cast and Spear podcast. My name is John, and today we have back on the show Big Jake Lords. You can see him on Instagram. Freshwater. He's a freshwater Spearo based in Utah. Today we are going to be covering the positive sides of the spearfishing community through social media. Welcome to the show, Jake.
Hey, thanks for having me again.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it.
Sweet. So tell me about it. Like, I know that you were mentioning offline that like Noob Spearo, Shrek, all the stuff that he's been doing has really kind of helped bring friends your way. So can you kind of enlighten us a little bit about social media?
Yeah. So after the podcast, I got flooded with DMs on Instagram, and I still get them where like even people from Australia be like, hey, I listened to your podcast. I didn't know freshwater spearfishing was a thing. Like, thanks so much for your insight. And then I get a message. The kid name is Caleb. He lives in Pinedale, Wyoming. And he says, hey, my friend Dan Wanfault has no social media. He has no Instagram. He has no Facebook. But he listened to your podcast on Noob Spearo, and he loved it because he thought he was the only freshwater spearfisherman that lived, in the United States. And so I'm like, give him my number. And he gave me a number. We're good friends now. Like, he came down to freshwater nationals. Like, obviously social media is like, it really helps out with connecting people. And yeah, what I found is like, if it wasn't for social media, and I know social media kind of gets a bad rap, but social media has literally I feel like spearfishing in general is kind of a really tight knit community. Like, most of the big spear fishermen know each other in the United States. And then freshwater is even more of a, tight niche community where social media has literally brought so much positive in finding, like, I always make sure to do my hashtag freshwater spearfishing, because you type that in social media and most of my stuff will pop up on their feed. And I get messages all the time like, hey, I didn't know freshwater spearfishing was such a thing. And I'm like, it really isn't, but I've tried to make it into a thing, and I've tried to, kind of make it more mainstream. And I think the more mainstream it's made, like more of the even regulations are, getting changed for spearfishing because it's becoming bigger and bigger.
So do you think the regulations are going in a more favorable way from your vantage
I
point?
do.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. And then how many people do you think are in freshwater spearfishing? Because I don't even really know how many people are in spearfishing in total, but I'm guessing it was like 10, 15,000.
Yes. Yeah. So, so Rocky Mountain spearfishing, I don't know if you know Mike McGuire. He's like the mecca of freshwater spearfishing. He was, you've got to have him on because he has stories for days. The dude, like, you walk into his garage and he has more spear guns than you'll ever see in your entire life. Like, he'll show you spear guns, and I'm like, I didn't even like has like the air canister on the back, and it's not even like a pneumatic. It's like a CO2 cartridge that like, it's just, he has spear guns. And he's been, I think it was in 1998 he was the IUSA spearfishing, like the top spearfisherman in the world.
That's
So
insane. Are those all his guns
yeah,
that he's made, or are those ones that he's just bought over the
no,
decades?
bought or been given. Like, I'm not exaggerating. The dude probably has over 150 different wetsuits. Like, I'm not exaggerating. He's literally like, he's the OG of spearfishing. And so he lives in Colorado, and he's the founder of Rocky Mountain Spearfishing Association. He's currently he's getting ready to head out to Arkansas for the Freshwater Worlds in Beaver Lake, Arkansas, which is coming up pretty soon. And he's just been a huge help, getting, like, same thing. The dude, like, doesn't do the social media. He loves emailing. He's figuring out texting, but like, he's been in the spearfishing industry for so long that he knows how to connect people, and he knows how to run like tournaments. So he runs all the freshwater spearfishing tournaments the last 15 plus years.
I've been getting really excited watching the older guys, the real OGs who know what they're doing, start slowly getting on like social media or like on YouTube or whatnot. Like I've been like trying to help as many as I can, like Spear with X, my buddy Peter, like all these guys where I'm just like, you guys have so much knowledge. You guys are always telling me what to do. Please just share it with more people. Can you let me just show you how to do the socials? It's not as complicated as it seems, and it's really fun. It's like good for the community if we could just put the positive stuff out. It's fun.
So yeah, as far as like, I think there's 300 members of the Rocky Mountain Spearfishing. So
no, that's a pretty good amount of people, man, for out there.
Yeah,
300.
for sure.
I didn't think it was that big. That's great. Do you have any?
Yeah, I mean,
oh, go ahead.
Usually at freshwater nationals, we have close to. I mean, this last tournament we had close to 80 to 90 divers.
Yeah, were you at the one that was in Arizona?
I was. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
How did that one go?
It was fun. I mean, it was most, and I was still shocked. Not one person shot a striper. It was all shad and carp.
Yeah, I think that whole incident afterwards was kind of really sad.
Kind of crazy, but they got it figured out.
Yeah, I'm glad they found the dude. Regarding social media, I know we talked a lot about the positive sides. Have there been any negative things that you've witnessed and then kind of like want to like tell people like, hey, like knock it off, or has it all been pretty?
I mean, no, it's been all pretty good. I mean, I get a lot of gaff from, the trout fishermen, and then they realize like, hey, I'm actually a pretty good dude. And so, yeah, I mean, with any social media, there's going to be the trollers. And I mean, even if you're saltwater spearfishing, there's going to be trollers. So, but yeah, as far as I found that it's been more positive than negative for sure.
And let's hope it stays that way, man. I love that. I think it's really cool to hear all the different stories about how the community is tight-knit and come together and everybody's supportive. So tomorrow, guys, we're going to be talking about freshwater spearfishing obstacles, including cold water, murkiness, and how to deal with them. Thanks for being on the show, Jake. Hey, one more thing before you go. If you're on the socials, the Instagrams, the TikToks, the other platforms, follow us. Say hi. At Cast and Spear all over the place. That's at CASTANDSPEAR. I'll see you over there. Chat soon.